Hi there, I hope you're all doing well. This week I grabbed Trasara and got her painted up. I'm going to match the artwork in the book on this one instead of going for the purple scheme that my army has. To get started, I primed her black and used deep Azure as the base coat for all of her clothing. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been hovering on, or just hang out and chat. I hope you enjoy the video and find it useful. Starting to bring up the clothing, I mixed in some Aquamarine and covered pretty much the entire area again. This is the actual colour I want the clothing to look, it's just the shadows and the recesses I want to be that darker tone. Now that I have the mid-tone all in place, I can actually start on the highlights with some Aquamarine mixed in again, pushing up the areas a little bit more where the light will be hitting. The clothing is then finished off with some pure Aquamarine. I use this to just push up the very edges and the uppermost parts with a little bit of extra interest in them. With all of the blue finished off, I grabbed Boar hide and base coated the inner lining of her cape, her hair and all of the exposed skin. Leaving the skin how it is for the moment, I moved on to fur cloak to get some highlights on her hair and the inner lining of the cape. Going back to the skin and finishing off her hair, I mixed in some elf skin tone to the fur cloak, giving the hair a final highlight across the tops of the strands. For the skin, this is essentially another base coat, just leaving that dark tone in the deeper recesses. The hair is now finished, but the skin gets a little bit more work by mixing in some more elf skin tone. I do a couple of mixes here, pushing these sharper parts a little bit further just to make them stand out. Now for the longest part of the mini, all of the gold parts get a quick once over with Dragon's Gold. This takes a fair bit of time having to paint around all of the already painted areas. Luckily this is gold, so I can paint back over them if I do make a bit of a mess. Even though this is true metallic, I want to add some highlights in. To achieve this, I mixed in some pastel yellow on the gold and got around the areas where the light would be brightest, as if it was coming from above. You can do this with a brighter gold, but I want to keep the warmth that comes with that dragon's gold. The process goes through a couple of steps here, adding a little bit more yellow to brighten up these parts. To finish up the gold, I mixed in some more pastel yellow and gave all of the gold parts an edge highlight. This step is used to break up all of those panels and just help them look nice and shiny. Moving on to the remaining metal parts, I gave them a once over with Cerakote silver. Just like with the gold, I mixed in some pastel yellow into that silver and gave these parts a quick highlight, going over a couple of mixes just to give these parts a little bit of an edge highlight in the end. Moving on to the base, I gave it a quick once over with Ashen Grey. This is then touched up with some pastel yellow in the mix, put up on all the raised parts of the texture paste and the rock. For the little fox thing, I gave it a base coat of British khaki, keeping it thin in order to add a second coat on the highlight sections, just to create a bit of a gradient on there. Around the mini are a few gems and trinkets that I start off with a base coat of gory red. I also thinned this down and painted it into the grooves of the shoulders just to give them a little bit of a glowing look. All of the gems then get a mid-tone of gory red mixed with luminous orange, which doesn't cover too well, but that's being the type of orange that makes sense. I then add a dot of pure luminous orange on all of the gems, just a top spot highlight on there. Before finishing up, I wasn't happy with the fox, so I mixed in some British khaki and elf skin tone and gave it a couple of layers of highlights across the top, giving the highlights a downward brushstroke to look like fur. And that will be it for Trasara. I like how she came out. I think it was the right choice not to use a wash on her. It has kept all of those colours nice and bright. If I didn't add the edge highlight though, I think I would have had to use a wash on the gold parts, otherwise it would just be too much. Going forward, I want to do more true metallic metals as I need the practice, especially with Vallejo releasing their new metallic set in the next few months. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been hobbying on, or just hang out and chat. For those of you who want to pick up some painter supplies or new minis, there are a couple of affiliate links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more content. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.